We hear all the time about these incredible medical discoveries made in the lab. But have you ever stopped to wonder how many of them actually make it out into the real world, to the doctors and patients who really need them? Today, we're going to dig into that massive challenge, bridging the gap from lab discovery to global diagnostics.
And it's a super frustrating question, right? We hear about these amazing breakthroughs in diagnostics, but so many of them just seem to disappear. It's like they hit this invisible wall, a kind of valley of death for medical innovation. So, what exactly is this wall?
Well, that wall has a name. It's called the diagnostic production gap. And this is the critical and frankly often underestimated hurdle that every single new medical test has to clear. I mean, think about it. It's one thing to cook up a handful of perfect prototypes in a pristine, controlled lab environment. But it is a completely different ballgame to manufacture millions of them, all with the exact same quality, the exact same reliability, day in and day out. This transition is where so many great ideas just falter. Okay, so how do you build a bridge over that gap? Well, the answer really lies in automation. And to see how that works in the real world, we're going to take a look at the approach from one company, Ginolis, because this specific challenge is exactly what they focus on. Basically, their entire mission is to create these automated systems that let companies scale up from a lab bench to a massive factory floor. But, and this is the key part, without sacrificing any of the quality that made the test work in the first place. It's all about baking that consistency and efficiency right into the manufacturing process from the get-go. It all boils down to one single concept: precision, like an almost unimaginable level of precision. Imagine being able to place a microscopic droplet of liquid, we're talking nanoliters here, in the exact same spot with the exact same volume millions and millions of times in a row. That right there is the secret sauce for modern diagnostics, like all those lateral flow tests we've gotten so used to. So, why is that such a big deal? Well, for one, the reagents, the active ingredients in these tests are crazy expensive. Using less saves a ton of money. Second, consistency is everything. You need the exact same amount in every single test to get a result you can actually trust. And third, it lets you design smaller, more compact tests. It's a total game changer, honestly. So how do they pull this off? Well, it comes down to a few really clever principles. Their systems use what's called non-contact dispensing, basically jetting a perfect little droplet without ever touching the surface. It's cleaner and cuts down waste. They have precise volume control, down to the nanoliter, and their machines are designed with minimal dead volume, which just means almost none of that precious reagent gets left behind stuck in the tube. There's this quote that just absolutely nails it. Precision isn't a luxury, it's a financial imperative. And that's so true. When you're making millions of these things, that level of precision isn't just a nice to have for a better product, it's what makes the whole thing economically viable in the first place. All right, so that's the how. Now let's talk about the where. Where is all this amazing technology actually being used out in the world? And the answer is pretty much everywhere in modern diagnostics. From the rapid lateral flow tests we all know and love to really advanced lab-on-a-chip devices and biosensors, this tech is even crucial for early-stage drug discovery. The common thread connecting all of these? They all absolutely need a manufacturing process that's reliable, scalable, and just unbelievably precise. Okay, but building the perfect robot is really only half the battle. To create a truly smart factory, a factory of the future, you have to make those machines intelligent. And for that, you need data. And that is where their software, called Kaiku, comes into play. Think about the old way. You've got your research data over here, your production data way over there. They don't talk to each other. That leads to downtime, compliance headaches. It's a mess. What Kaiku does is bring all that data together. It gives you this real-time, bird's-eye view of the entire operation, and it's even smart enough to predict problems before they can happen.
So what this software is really doing is building a digital bridge from the R&D lab right to the factory floor. It creates a full data trail for every single device made, which, as you can imagine, is absolutely critical for regulatory compliance. And it allows for what's called predictive maintenance. The system can actually flag a part that's starting to show wear and tear and schedule a replacement, preventing a costly shutdown before it ever happens.
All right, so let's zoom out and bring this all together. What does this combination of super precise robots and really smart software actually mean for all of us?
This one phrase really says it all. From breakthrough research to first patient. The whole point of all this technology, the robots, the software, the nano-liter precision, is to shorten that journey. To slash the time it takes to get from that initial eureka moment in a lab to a finished, reliable product that can help the first patient, and then millions more after that. It's about turning scientific potential into clinical reality. And that, of course, leaves us with a really exciting question to think about. As this kind of automation technology gets even more precise, even more intelligent, what new kinds of tests and treatments, things that right now seem impossible to mass produce, will it finally unlock for the world?